There's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Putting yourself first. It sounds so simple, right? Like, oh yeah, just take care of yourself, no big deal. But when you actually try to do it, whew, it's like trying to untangle a pair of earbuds you left in your pocket for a week. Messy, frustrating, and you're not even sure where to start. I used to think putting myself first was selfish. Like, if I said no to helping a friend move their couch or skipped a family Zoom call to take a nap, I was somehow failing at being a good person. But I've learned something over the past year or so. Taking care of yourself isn't just okay, it's essential. And it's not selfish. It's like putting on your oxygen mask first on a plane. You can't help anyone else if you're gasping for air, right? Let me take you back to how I figured this out. Picture me. About a year ago, juggling a million things, I was working a job that had me on Zoom calls from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., saying yes to every favor, every project, every, hey, can you just request. My inbox was a war zone, my apartment looked like a tornado hit it, and my self-care routine? It was basically eating cereal for dinner and hoping for the best. Sound familiar? I bet some of you are nodding right now, like, yup, that's my life. Anyway, there was this one week that was the tipping point. My best friend Sarah asked me to help her plan her engagement party. My boss dumped a last-minute presentation on me that was due, like, yesterday. And my mom kept texting me about some family drama I was supposed to mediate. I was running on fumes, 4 hours of sleep, too much coffee, and this constant knot in my stomach that I just ignored. Then one night, I'm sitting on my couch scrolling through my phone, and I see this post on X. It was one of those cheesy motivational quotes, you know the ones, with the sunset background and the fancy font. It said, "You can't pour from an empty cup." I rolled my eyes at first like, ugh, spare me the cliches. But it stuck with me. I kept thinking, what's in my cup right now? Is there anything left? Spoiler alert, there wasn't. My cup was bone dry, cracked, and probably covered in coffee stains. That's when I realized I was saying yes to everyone else, but no to myself. I was so worried about letting people down that I was letting myself down. I wasn't sleeping enough, eating right, or even taking 5 minutes to breathe without feeling guilty about it. I thought being there for everyone else was what made me a good friend, a good employee, a good daughter. But I was burning out, and nobody was winning. So I decided to try something radical. At least it felt radical at the time. I started saying no. Not to everything, but to the things that were draining me without giving anything back. I told Sarah I could help with her party playlist, but couldn't plan the whole thing. I told my boss I needed an extra day for the presentation. And I told my mom, as gently as I could, that I wasn't the family therapist. Oh man, it was hard. Saying no felt like I was letting people down. I was waiting for the sky to fall, for everyone to hate me, for the world to label me as selfish. But you know what? Nobody died. Sarah was cool with it. She just wanted me to have fun at the party. My boss respected the boundary and gave me the extra day. And my mom? Well, she was a little annoyed at first, but she got over it. Here's the thing. When you start putting yourself first, you realize the people who really care about you, they're not going to ditch you just because you set a boundary. They might even respect you more for it. And the ones who push back, well, that's a sign they're more interested in what you can do for them than in who you are. But the real game changer wasn't just saying no, it was saying yes to myself. I started small, like stupidly small. I'd take 10 minutes in the morning to drink my coffee without checking emails. I'd go for a walk without my phone, just listening to the birds or, sometimes blasting Taylor Swift in my earbuds. I even signed up for a yoga class, not because I'm some fitness guru, but because I wanted to feel like my body wasn't just a vehicle for stress. And let me tell you, those little moments, they added up. I started feeling lighter. Like I wasn't carrying everyone else's expectations on my shoulders anymore. I had more energy to show up for the people and things I cared about. Turns out, when you fill your own cup, you've got more to share. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not out here living some perfect Instagram-worthy life. I still have days where I overcommit or feel guilty for taking a nap instead of answering texts. And yeah, sometimes I still eat cereal for dinner, but I'm learning to catch myself when I'm slipping back into that everyone else comes first mindset. It's a process, you know? Every time you do something for yourself, whether it's sleeping in, saying no to a draining commitment, or even just eating a vegetable, you're making a deposit. Every time you overextend yourself, you're making a withdrawal. If you're always withdrawing, you're going to end up in the red. And nobody likes overdraft fees, right? So here's my challenge to you. Try putting yourself first, just a little. This week. It doesn't have to be some big dramatic thing. Maybe it's turning off your phone for an hour and reading a book you love. Maybe it's saying no to something that's been stressing you out. Or maybe it's just giving yourself permission to rest without feeling like you have to earn it. Because here's the truth. You are worth taking care of. You are not selfish for wanting to feel good, for wanting to have energy, for wanting to show up as your best self. Putting yourself first isn't about shutting everyone else out. It's about making sure you've got enough to give without losing yourself in the process. So, go fill your cup. Even if it's just a tiny sip at a time, you've got this. And if anyone calls you selfish for it, tell them you're just practicing for the oxygen mask in the airplane scenario. They'll get it. Eventually.